When it comes to character design, most artists are usually a little picky and want their character design to be something outstanding. So they put a lot of thought into it, like in how their character is supposed to look and from what genre they are and what traits they have. But what if we turn this idea around? What if we completely randomize the outcome of our character by putting a bunch of characterizing aspects on a wheel and just see where it lands? What could really go wrong, right? So, for today's video, I have prepared 3 different wheels, each of which hold character traits related to the essence, looks, and genre of a character. We got 3 spins in total, and depending on what the wheel provides me with, I am challenged to make some concept art of. So, with no further ado, let's get right into the first spin.
Let's go!
Okay, so let's see which type of being this one's gonna be. We got fairy, superhero, alien, creature, art, magician, warrior, or knight. And it is... creature. Okay, interesting. Moving on to the second one, this one's going to determine which animal our creature will represent. We could grab wolf, insect, dragon, spider, lizard, monkey, lion, goblin, or golem. Lion? Lion? No, it's monkey. Okay, a monkey. And then for our final spin, we're going to find out after what genre our ape-type creature will be inspired. 25% chance each. Let's see what we get. Okay, that's a pretty clear medieval type. Okay, so in summary, we got a creature that is an ape, and that is inspired by the genre of medieval times. So, let's see what we can make out of this. To start things off, I first had to get a bit of an understanding on how ape-type bodies actually work when drawing them, which is why I searched up some reference, of course, because no artist should ever be ashamed to use reference, because it only makes your art better. These are the pictures I worked with. These are the pictures I worked with here to get a more basic pose for starters. We really don't want to overcomplicate things right away because the start is just sort of for like idea farming purposes. After adding everything I had researched together and gave it a good mix, eventually this was the outcome. I gave this thing the pose of a gorilla to look intimidating. Added that under a head I liked, since this one looked a bit like Wukong, but also an alien at the same time because of the big pupils in the eyes. And rounded everything up with some generic medieval clothing and a cool spear weapon on its back. In my head, I imagined this guy being some type of enemy troop for a medieval fantasy setting that had apes live under the command of some king of monkeys in like a giant castle or so. Which is why this character definitely doesn't give main character vibes, but instead would fit very well as an enemy that could be placed in various regions as an often returning enemy type. I then followed up everything by doing some turnaround action on my creation, just to give like an overview on how this beauty looks from all kinds of different angles. I did too. And I also took first thoughts on how the colors of the outfit could look and experimented a bit with them till I felt satisfied. Now the next step was to give this glorious creation a dynamic pose that immediately clarifies what kind of enemy the player would be dealing with upon an encounter. Which is why I put a heavy focus on emphasizing his spear combat. Our medieval friend here might not be exactly the Megapithecus in terms of his build. Yo, ChatGPT, can you give me a quick definition on the Megapithecus ape?
Sure.
Meganthropithecus is an extinct genus of giant apes that lived in what is now Southeast Asia. They were known for their large size, with some estimates suggesting they were among the largest primates ever. These apes are believed to have lived around 1 to 2 million years ago. They're often associated with the evolution of great apes.
Alright, thanks. But that doesn't mean he won't be putting up a fight. This guy is quite the master in the art of spear fighting, so I gave him a focused, even fearless look to show that he is up for any challenge. I also stuck with the colors I had initially chosen when coloring the first sketch because I thought they did a very well job in showing that this guy serves under some kind of royalty, since red and blue are historically known for being associated with royalty, power, and wealth. And after metaphorically spinning the final screws and giving some fancy touches like a little light reflection on the spear's blade to give it that extra sharpness, these were the final results. Now, I can definitely say that this is some great practice option for those who have the goal of creating professional concept art one day. For the reason that here the artist is forced to align his own ideas with already given criterias, which is very similar to what happens in the industry later on, where producers present you their idea and entrust you as the artist with creating a fitting design for them. My advice is to definitely try this exercise for yourself, since it's not only very practical overall, but it's also just fun to begin with in upcoming with a plan to include what's given to you. Now, for me, all that's left for me to say is if you enjoyed this video at any given moment, please make sure to give the video a like to show me some appreciation for my work, and or subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any future content. And of course, make sure to give me some feedback in the comments because, as I usually tell you, it's the most important thing for every artist in the world. With that being said, I wish everyone a great rest of your day. Bye bye.